You ever been fly fishing? Think about when the fish actually bites the fly. I'm Pete Mitchell. I'm the founder of AI Lead Automation. Earlier today, a good friend of mine sent me over his listing, and he wanted me to check out the website that he's put up for this listing and look at all the pictures. Great little house somewhere in Florida. I have no idea where. And I'm looking at this thing, and there's like a ton of pictures. I mean, probably more pictures than I've ever seen on a listing before. And there's a lot of aerial photos. There's aerial photos of the house. I mean, not one, we're talking multiple. The whole neighborhood. There's pictures of the flower garden, flower box type area out in front of the house. I mean, a lot of pictures of that type of stuff. And I'm like, hey, you know what? I really like your site. Really think you're doing great there. A couple things that I would do is I would probably take out a lot of those aerial photos. I'd definitely take out all the photos of the flower bed. He didn't want to leave anything uncovered in the pictures. And I'm like, okay, well, here's the problem though. If you basically show everything, then there's no reason for someone to actually go check out the home. They're going to decide in the comfort of their own home, this isn't a house for me. Now, that may not be the case, because if you've ever looked at the pictures of a home and then you actually go see the home, it's totally different. Now, I know you go, how could it be different? It's a picture of the home. It's different, man. These photographers are phenomenal. When we moved out of California, moved out here to Texas, we had a photographer come and take pictures, and I was looking at those pictures going, I don't know whose home this is, but I want to buy this home. These are phenomenal pictures. Like the angle that they take it, the way that the lens will make things look bigger than it should be, the lighting that they use. I mean, everything's artificial, right? And they look great. And of course, we look at that and we go, well, that's what we want it to do. But when you give someone every nook and cranny in the pictures, then basically they look at it and they're like, okay, well, I can see it all now. And it's not for me. We're basically giving them an excuse to say it's not for me. The reason why I asked about the fly fishing at the beginning of this, when does a fish bite the bait? They bite the bait when the fly first lands on the water and when it's taken away. That's why fly fishermen are constantly going like this, right? They're taking that bait and they're putting it out there and they're pulling it away. You entice them, you withdraw. You entice, you withdraw. You entice, you withdraw. That's when the fish bites. When does the fish not bite? When the fly lands on the water and stays in the water. And so when you give every picture you possibly can, and you've basically left nothing up to the imagination, put the fly on the water. And now the fish ain't gonna bite. And it's not what we want. You want to actually make them say, I want to go see this house. Now, his excuse as well is actually thinking of people up north who are maybe moving down to Florida. I want them to see everything so they can make an offer. No. They are not buying the house sight unseen. They're like everybody else. They want to see the house. So no matter how good you make it look in the pictures, they're not buying it sight unseen. I'm not saying that doesn't happen. Of course it happens. But do you want to bank the sale of your house on that? Do you want to bank your commission on the fact that somebody's not going to come down? Can you give someone who's serious about it all the other pictures so they can see them? Of course you can, right? Part of the negotiations. You're talking to them, right? They reached out. Hey, you want to see the rest of it? Yeah, I got some more pictures. You want to see the rest of them? I'll send them to you. Do that then. We got to entice and withdraw, entice and withdraw, entice and withdraw. Get people to bite, get them to want what we have, get them to come check it out and bite. That's what we got to get them to do. So think about the photos that you're putting together for your open houses. Now, more often than not, what I see are really bad photos. In fact, where we moved from in California was a very high-end community. It was known as a very affluent community. And this one realtor had been in there for 30, 40 years. They lived in the community the whole time, and they had a ton of business. I mean, Remax, they had their own brokerage. I mean, they didn't really try very hard. They've been there so long, people were coming to them. And I'm telling you, we would look at their postings of their homes for sale, And they were literally the worst pictures I'd ever seen because the agent was just taking them with their iPhone. And iPhones are great. Like, I'm doing this video on an iPhone. They're great. But would I chance a $1.5 million home on my iPhone photos where I'm taking a picture in the bathroom and the flash from my camera is lighting up and I can see myself standing in the mirror, right? And the flash is flashing back at me in the mirror? No. So most of the time, that's what I see, right? Really bad photos. So we have to be careful on both sides. We don't want bad photos, and we don't want every single thing exposed. Enticing withdrawal. What's the thing that's going to get them to come to my property and check it out? Whether it's through an open house or through an appointment. Either way is fine, but I got to get them to that point. So take a look at your photos and really think through that. If you want to see what we do for agents, check out agentfollowupai.com. We've got a lot of great videos that walks you through what we do for agents and what makes us unique in the marketplace and why so many people are coming to us, because we're running all their ads and we're using AI to book their appointments and qualify their people and all that type of good stuff. agentfollowupai.com. Check out the video. If you don't like what you see, you'll at least walk away with some good ideas that you can take and implement in your business. If you like this video, like and subscribe to this channel. I'm Pete Mitchell. Thanks for watching.